What's up guys, Andy here from cryptocompare.com bringing you another video. So I just wanted to jump on real quick, tell you a bit more about Galaxy staking platform, or GXY, whatever you want to call it. Now this is on its very first day and I'm looking in the Telegram groups and oh my god, for fuck's sake, it's the same questions over and over and over again all day. And guys, right, just use a bit of common sense, do your homework and due diligence. Crypto is still high risk. These Dapps and Defi platforms are high risk. Don't just blindly follow YouTubers, don't blindly follow myself. I keep saying this in every single video. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. Do your own homework and due diligence. Look at these. I'm just trying to make it as transparent to everybody as possible, and then you can make your own decision. Now, a lot of people are asking, why is there no Galaxy tokens? Why is there no GXY showing on the contract? Right, they weren't pre-mined like they was on DSP, so there is no Galaxy tokens. Why is there no Galaxy tokens on JustSwap? Right, in order for the Galaxy tokens to be on JustSwap, they need to have been minted first. We're in day one of the contract, people. You get into the auction with TRX. At the end of the auction, you can collect your Galaxy tokens, your GXY, and then you can stake them, or you can sell them, or you can provide liquidity to JustSwap and people can buy them off you on JustSwap. That's how it works. Everybody who got into DSP from day one knew what they were getting, should have knew what they were getting themselves in for. And then what happens is, so here's let me explain more and then we'll go into it. I'm going to go through the contracts. I'm going to show you the differences that the devs for GXY did compared to the DSP. And we'll go through that, okay? So what happens is we get into the auction on day one. There is a link in the description below. That does get you an additional 5%. It does add up. Those of you familiar with DSP, it makes sense to get the extra tokens. If you don't use our referral link, whilst we would appreciate it, and it does help the channel out because we get divs as well. If not, make sure you use somebody else's. You can't use your own because it doesn't work like that. Make sure you use ours and bookmark it, or you use somebody else's. And each time you make a deposit, you get an additional 5% Galaxy. Even I can't get it wrong now. You get additional 5% GXY, and then it adds up. Okay. Now, if we look, 7.4 million Tron in the contract for day one, guys. Right. So, are people just FOMOing in it without knowing? Are they going in it? Are they taking a punt? I mean, I'm looking at the contract. I'm seeing 100,000 Tron going in it. So people know, people are taking a stab in the dark, but 100,000 Tron isn't a stab in the dark. It's a couple of grand. So you want to make sure you know what you're doing, get involved in it. So what happens is, day one, we enter into the auction lobby with Tron. We buy GXY, and that's what we get. So I already entered in last night, as soon as it went live with 10k. I'm going to enter with whatever's in my wallet. At the moment, 14.1, so we'll add another 14,000 to it. Okay. For those of you asking, no, I haven't banded DSP. I'm still in DSP. If you look at DSP, you can see there's my DSP. You can see we're on day 22. I made 2 stakes today for DSP. Okay. I've staked 5k. I've staked 1,000. I did sell some DSP in order to get some Tron to go into this, and then I'll switch back into. I've got all these different stakes ending, day 22, day 23, day 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32. I'm still entering it every single day, guys. I'm still putting DSP into this contract. I don't think DSP is going anywhere, just thinking it's fine, it's bottom at the moment. We're all into this kind of FOMO and into the next shiny best thing. No, but let's not forget as well, and I'm going to highlight this, okay? DSP copied T2X, okay? T2X copied a lot of their code from Hex. Okay, that's what you get when something is open source, people. Anyone can use it. No one owns the rights to it. So for those of you bitching about they ripped off DSP, they ripped off that, DSP ripped off T2X, T2X ripped off Hex. Okay, so that's, now that you know that, we fast forward to where we are now. Okay, now DSP, I'm still into DSP. I'm not dissing the devs at DSP. Whatever happened the other week, I think they could have dealt with it a lot better. Trial and error, maybe they've learned. There's rumours going around that the same divs from DSP are the ones that have created Galaxy, GXY token. I don't think we'll know. I don't think we'll ever know. Okay, but if we look at the divs for the DeFi staking platform today, it's 214,000 Tron. If we just refresh it, just wait for it to load. Try refreshing again. Yeah, so it's gone up 215,000. If we look into the auction, we can see that the auction slowed right down. It's like just shy of 1 million in it yesterday. Before that was 1.6, nearly 1.72 million. So I think it's going to come in about about 1 million. Look on T2X. T2X isn't doing $1 million days, very early now. So it is his way to do it. I'm not entering into this at the moment. I'm just using staking, and I'm staking DSP. Because I'm putting Tron into GXY just so I can get an ROI quicker, because I missed getting into DSP on day 1. I got in on day 4, so I want to make sure that I get into GXY on day 1. Like I said, I've used someone else's referral link to get an extra 5%. I should use our link, guys. It will help the channel out, and we'll do rewards as well. If we just refresh that, there's 7.4 million in. Refresh again. This is the problem with these UIs, they're interacting with content. 7.4. If we go to the contract, see 7.9 there, nearly 9, 7.4. So what I want to do now is a shout out to Encryptic TV as well. He's on this last night, but I'm going to go through it. I'm going to show you the difference between the two contracts, guys. Okay, and then I'm going to put in my 14,000 Tron into this. Because I do believe that this is legit. Whilst the dev, I mean, we're going to the Telegram group real quick. Let's bring this up. It's active in the Telegram group. Loads of people asking the same things. There are only 10 tokens staked per take of all Tron's day reductions. There are 10 tokens staked. So there's Jamie now. So Jamie's looking into it. So yeah, I think you can see I got told about this an hour before it went live. So there's Encryptic TV. He's out in who the dev is. He's saying, look, feel free to DM with your questions. He hasn't posted anything here in 12 hours, so no mods have any new info. I think that's a bit unprofessional, mate, as a dev, as an admin of the group. I know you've got nothing to do with the channel, but you should be working with them. If not, I'd relinquish your place as an admin, mate, because people are asking you questions. You're the only one there. If you can't answer the questions, right or wrong, they're gonna throw it at you, mate. So yeah, hopefully Galaxy Mike gets back to everybody. I've got a real funny feeling, kind of spidey sense tingling, that this guy's just gonna show up at the 11th hour before the end of the day one and go, hi guys, sorry, I've been busy, and it's just done deliberately to create the FOMO and the FUD. So at the minute people are hanging on the fence, he's going to come back, go, right, I've done this, fixed the SSL, done that, done this, bang, and everyone's going to throw into it, and the first day one will be 10 million. That's my feeling. Whether it's going to be true, I don't know anything about him, don't meet him, never met him before. Just got told about this an hour last night before it went live. I wanted to give you guys the first scoop. So with that being said, let's look into the contract properly. There is some questions that people have raised, and we'll address them as we hopefully go through it. And then I'll put a transaction of 14,000 Tron into it, obviously, so you can see that I'm taking a gamble. It's up to you guys what you do. This is, like I say, you just follow my journey, and then we're going to look to see how long it's going to take us to get the ROI back from day 3 and 4, and then obviously we'll still compounding the Galaxy tokens as well. So yeah, link in the description for the Telegram chat. This is the affiliate Telegram chat. A lot of familiar faces are in this that there are in the DeFi staking and Hex. You can see I follow a lot of stuff. I mean, Sharktron video of that will be coming in the next few days probably. But yeah, look, I will stake. So well, let's go into it anyway. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, this is the contract for Galaxy or GXY, whatever you want to call it, the staking platform. If you go to the contract, I'm going to click this button here. I'm going to copy that. Okay, for those of you who do actually know me, my background is in online marketing. I've been a web designer, SEO expert, and Facebook marketing expert for about with websites for nearly 14 years now. As I'm an affiliate marketing, a Facebook marketing partner with my agency for the last 3.5 years. So I know a bit about code. Granted, it's not writing contracts, but I know about HTML and PHP and stuff. So we're going to go through them, and we're going to use something called div checker. So in the change text, I'm going to paste the Galaxy token here, okay? And then in the DSP, I've got their contract up here to use them there. I'm going to go to their contract. So you can see there's still 52 million in the contract for DSP, guys. It's going nowhere. If you look at the transactions, people are still getting into DXP, still going in, still going out, it's doing its thing. The devs are meant to be working on other stuff as well, the things that they promised initially, like the swaps and stuff. So that remains to be seen, but still active in the Telegram groups. So we'll go to the contract for DSP, and we'll copy that, and we'll come over to the div here, and we're going to paste the original text. Okay. There we go. So that's all done in there now. Okay, so now that we've got both contracts up, we click on this find difference. What it does, it highlights the difference in the code. So we can see here, the very first thing here is they've put a little shout out to DSP, but just a matter of time and someone will clone us. Got to give respect where it's deserved. We love you, DSP, best project by far and so on. Right, so if those of you who are into DSP, when this alleged DOS attack kept happening and he was getting threatened on his life, blah, 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 and they had to take the contract down, he threw it out there in the Telegram group. He put the code, open code, into the Telegram group. It's open source. So as soon as he's done that, he's just invited other people to copy the contract. And bear in mind that DSP was a copy of T2X made better as well. So all these devs for Galaxy have done, and the GXY token, is took the DSP and the flaws from DSP and made it better. So when I go through these different changes, you'll understand why Galaxy is worth taking a punt on. Okay, so we go through. That's the first change. All these are the same. Okay, anything highlighted and changed will show in green and then red. So we'll go down through it. So there's the next one. Okay, so this here, guys, this is the contract, and this shows what's been pre-mined. Okay, so this shows. So all they've done here, I mean, they could have changed the word in the top one, but they've not. They've changed the actual code. Okay, so when DSP first went live, there was allocated 30 million tokens for promotion, airdrop liquidity, and dev share. Right, okay. And then they modified the original contract from 25 million. So 25 million was pre-mined before day one. Okay, so the initial people from DSP pre-mined 25 million coins before day one. That's why they ended up with coins on JustSwap within a couple of days and stuff like that. Because with JustSwap as well, this is the thing with people keep going on and on and on. Why is there no tokens on JustSwap? Right, JustSwap needs the tokens. The tokens haven't been minted yet. Okay, so after day one or day two, you'll see tokens on JustSwap. I mean, fuck whatever. I can put 1,000 on JustSwap to add liquidity if you want, and I'll do a video doing it. That's how easy it is. But at the moment, you're not going to see the tokens on JustSwap, and by using JustSwap, it actually defies the whole object of this game anyway, which is to get them from the auction, because they should be cheaper on the auction. It keeps the devs in, and then you make the money back. So it makes sense to buy them from here, from the contract, rather than on JustSwap. Okay, so you can see the devs of GXY only minted 10 coins. Okay, so you've only done 10. So that's that. Instead of the 25 million on DSP. So here we go. So we can see there's a different token address. So what happens is that just flushes the address after every day, so we can start back up again. You can see DSP's token is called DSP, they've called those Galaxy. We can see the launch date is when the contract is changed, obviously, because the launch date of this contract was this morning at 12 o'clock. Another thing which I think is ingenious, what happened, somebody found a workaround on DSP, because as the value of DSP went down after the initial, the website was pulled, before it come back 24 hours later, miraculously, on GitHub and stuff, is you could stake it for 5,555 days, 15 years basically, and it worked out you'd get 3x on your share balance. So what a lot of people were doing, because they wasn't bothered about the price of DSP, they were staking a lot of DSP for getting the 3x on the shares, getting the shares, cancelling early, just losing half of the DSP, and then just keeping the Tron divs. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, guys, is the Tron divs. At this moment in time, for DSP, obviously T2X has got V2X now, but it's a bit complicated. I'll probably do a video on that in a few days. But for DSP, there's no utility token. You buy the token to stake it to earn Tron back. So you use Tron to buy the token to take DSP to get your Tron back. That's it. That's basically all it is. It's farming your own token. With these guys, they've changed it to 180 days, 6 months max. Okay, which is good. So that means people can't play the system like they did on DSP. So it should stop the price of Galaxy from going down, especially short term anyway, providing nothing gets took down. And also, these websites are only UIs. The user interfaces to direct to use with the contract, so you can always communicate direct the contract. I've done a video for DSP. It's practically the same video because it's the same contract. I'll put a link in the description for that. You can go and see how to do that. So yeah, what else we got? So yeah, all I've done here is kept the code the same, just changed the name of Galaxy, yeah, same Galaxy. So just making sure that we removed all mentions of DSP. Yeah, that's your staking. That's to do with your stakes and how to stake. Let's have a look. Yeah, lower than minimum, so it won't allow you to stake lower than minimum. Okay. Yeah, so just changing here. So yeah, just changing. It's just the ECR20 token here. Well, it's not even an ECR20 because ECR20 is Tron, is Ethereum. So it should be TCR20. So that just proves obviously that DSP copied it from T2X, and T2X copied it from Hex when it was on Ethereum. Let's have a look. See, that's just the same. Same. So this contract, guys, is basically a carbon copy for DSP, apart from 3 major improvements, and I think they are major improvements. So you can see here for DSP, 95% of the Tron accumulated from the auction for whatever day goes back to stakeholders, and the devs keep 5% on this, and that does add up, people, especially when it's 10 million going into it. And on this one, 97% of the dividends are going back to the stakeholders, with only 3% of the divs. So you guys get more of these daily dividends, so that helps. Again, they've just changed that. So you can see here, bigger pays better. So bonus percentage scaled 0 to 10% for the first 7 million DSP of stake. Again, 7 million stakes, that's worked out. So they've still got the same bonuses in by the looks of it here, where every 5 days you get double the interest. Let's have a look where we're up to. We're nearly at the bottom of the Tron contract now. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's that. It just changed the name of it. So there you go. So where the dev public facing, they release 5% dev share for daily dividends to the devs. These guys are only doing a 3% because 97% is going back to you guys. That just confirms the flush for the dividends to go straight to, from the daily divs to go straight to the devs. That's at 3%, that's at 5%, which takes into account that below. So in the brackets is the code. That's just a name change. Just a name change. And that's it, guys. That's the original that we've just done. So if we just go back to GXY, we'll refresh. And I will put the main changes in the comments below. So the main changes we got here is there was no pre-mined tokens. Well, there was 10 as opposed to 25 million. Okay, so that means there's more for us, the little guys, to get and to mine properly on day one, because they can only release 2.5 million of the token a day. But yet the DSP already had 10 days worth pre-mined before day one. So obviously they made a lot of the money over the first few days. Okay, these guys only have 10, so obviously they're not in it for the money. Obviously they're getting the 3% divs. They want to take what DSP's done and made it better, and you will keep getting this, guys. Everybody bundles everybody else. It's open source. No one can say that they've robbed. Obviously, we know where they've robbed it from, but no one can claim it's not copyrighted. It's an intangible asset. It is what it is. So I just treat these as I do. I get in, I get out, I get my ROI, I build my Tron bags, change it to Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever I want to hold, and then I just play with the profits. And that's what I suggest everyone else does. Don't look at these as a get rich quick scheme. Don't look at these at when Lambo and all that bollocks. At the end of the day, it's a high risk, high reward. So you just got to treat it as such. Treat it as though they could close tomorrow, and don't put in more than you can afford to lose. Okay. So this is here. We're in day one. Okay. So just to recap before we add, because I'm just conscious with the time of the video, and then obviously I'll add that. So the GXY token we're on day one. There's 5 hours left of the auction for day one. What happens is you get into the lobby here, use the description, link in the description below to get an additional 5%. You enter whatever Tron you're going to get. That gets added to the balance. When this ends at 12 o'clock tonight, it then gets resetted for day 2. What you do, you take whatever GXY tokens you received, you come on over to here, and you then stake them for daily Tron. Okay, and they will show here. This UI is a carbon copy of DSP. Depending on whether you're seeing this video, they may change it, they may update it, they may change the color. It's up to them. To be honest, they don't need to. This is just fluff because it all works behind the scenes on the contract. Okay, so yeah, you do that, and then what happens is your stake has to wait for another 24 hours before you start minting or before you start getting daily divs. So that's why anyone who gets on day one will get the first lot of divs in day 3. So just like DSP, which is still here, obviously you can see here there's that in the boat. I got in, I think, initially on day 4, and then what happened is my first stake, my first div started paying out on day 6. You can see here I ended that early because of the FUD, but then I've been putting back in. I've got all these still active, these waiting from today. I've still put all my DSP in for today. So yeah, I'm still involved in DSP. I'm not dishing DSP. I just think GXY is going to outperform them. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. So with that being said, let's go back to the auction. Let's just refresh. I don't think I've got any more DSP, any more Tron coming from anywhere at the minute because I'm not collecting any. So we've got 14,000. So I'm going to enter here, 14,000. Click enter. I'm just going to whitelist the contract, I think, so I don't have to keep doing it every time. Because I know people in my comments have said there's too many pop-ups coming up. Guys, you really need to understand what the pop-ups are for. They're there to communicate with your wallet and just whitelist it. So you can see here at the moment, you're getting roughly 3 to 1 on your GXY token compared to Tron. Still good. If we look at where we have for the auction on DSP, you can see when there was like 10 or 11 million, you're getting 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So it's still, see, 6 to 1. It still makes sense to get in early, guys. Don't put in more than what you can afford to lose. I mean, if we go into the contract here, we go back to the contract. So yeah, that's entered in here now, guys. 24 million. When that expires, what I will do is that I will then withdraw them and I will stake them into here. I'll probably do a 5-day stake, I think, because we'll get the bonus interest, get the initial ROI out, and then it's still early enough for me to get back in. I may put more in tomorrow, see what we get from day trading today and from the various Dapps. We'll see, and we'll do that for another video. But I'll still be doing DSP, I'll still be doing GXY, I'll still be day trading. If we go into the contract real quick and look at the transactions, we can see 10,000 gone in, 10,000 gone in, 10,000. So that's the same person trying to get it in. See 1,900 going in, 1,800. See 5,000 going in. So we click on that hash transaction here. You can see people are using people's referral IDs to get in. So yeah, you use our referral ID, guys. Get that extra 5%. It really does add up. That's the whole point of the game, is to get them additions. That's what most of these Dapps are like now. But yeah, people are coming into it. See, still going in, still going in, still going in. There won't be any internal transactions yet because it's not minted. So you can see there's nearly 7.4 million. Still active in the Telegram groups. Yeah, so why is it so good that the maximum is 180 days? It's not. People don't understand how shares work. So there's a lot of people here just bitching whether they're causing FUD from DSP or whatever. Remains to be seen, guys. Just obviously treat these all with caution. Treat everything in crypto with caution. I've been in crypto probably for about, what, end of 2017 now? Maybe, yeah, end of 2017. So yeah, I've been doing that. Been doing cryptocurrency day trading ever since. Been messing around with these Dapps. And all the other stuff that used to come out before it, like proof of weak hands, dreaded BitConnect, word. I've been in them all, guys. Do you know what I mean? I've made money from some. I've been burnt by some. Just the way it is. But yeah, hope that clarifies some questions. Hope that breaks down the contract for you guys a bit more. Yeah, link in the description below for Galaxy. Additional 5%. Get in on day one to get the most shares. That's the whole point of it. The more shares you've got, the more Tron you get back. Obviously, this 7.5 million that's in at the moment, that will start to get shared out for the divs on day 3 for everyone who got on day 1. So yeah, just shy of 5 hours, just gone now. For those of you still on the fence and want to hear from the devs, I don't blame you. I are on the side of caution. You've got your emotional traders and you've got your logical traders. Me, I'm more a logical trader. Other people are emotional, worried about what they're going to lose, or they exited early out of DSP. Guys, sit on the fence, wait for day 2, see what comes of it and the devs, and I'll do other videos. But any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you haven't already done so, please give this video a like. If you've not already done so as well, please subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications to be kept up to date with anything crypto and that related. And until next time, everybody, goodbye.